Good day, guys. So today I'll be talking about the truth about being a hardware engineer. So one thing that you need to know, hardware engineer is not just about theoretical based stuff, you get. So people always they study electronics and electrical engineering and some hardware engineering courses in school, and they are just so much focused and interested in theoretical based aspects. Let's say in terms of formulas, solving problems, and all that. That's good, but that's not the entire process. So as a hardware engineer, your major job is actually to solve problems. Yeah. But how are you going to solve those problems? You're going to solve those problems practically, not just by words or by writing alone. You're ought to solve those problems practically, creating solutions, creating hardware solutions, creating hardware products that solves real life problems. This is actually one of the main jobs of hardware engineers. You create hardware solutions that solve real life problems to make life easy for everyone. So that is it. So another thing you need to note is that when it comes to hardware design is more practical based stuff. And so many people, or so many students, or so many engineers, they prioritize certifications more than practical based learning or doing the actual work. So certifications are good, but I always tell my students that it's better for you to actually know how to get the job done, actually do the job, than just getting lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of certificates. Yeah. So main thing you need to do in hardware engineering, know how to get the job done, and the industry prioritize those that get the job done than those that have certificate. Certificate is very nice, guys. Certificate is very nice, but for me, I always tell people always know how to get the job done. For example, if an industry calls me either to come and design a display for them or to come and build a hardware product for them, they'll be more interested for them to see things I've done before. I should be able to show them the designs I've done before. I should be able to show them what I've done. Either have I designed an IoT device, have I designed any automotive device or any industrial device or any consumer-based device. This will actually give them confidence on what I can be able to do and what they are able to willing to give me to design for them. So I always say to them, prioritize practical based learning than just theoretical based learning. This helps a lot. And another thing you also need to know is that skill depth is more valuable than just theoretical knowledge. Skill depth, what I mean by skill depth is it's better for you to be an expert in the practical side of hardware than just knowing the theoretical side alone. You get skill depth is more valuable than just theoretical knowledge. So you ought to know that. Then one advice I also give my students is, because I do train lots of students on hardware design, PCB design, and others. One advice I normally tell my students is, as a hardware engineer, focus more, or as you're coming up in hardware engineering, focus more on doing side projects, because this actually gives you confidence on what to do. It actually gives you confidence. So when I was learning hardware engineering in the university then days, what I did was that I did some side projects, I did some Arduino based projects, I did some ESP32 based projects using some sensors, using microcontrollers. And the more project I did, the more side project I did, the more confidence it gave me. And this also helps, because for some people they will say, oh, have not really worked in the industry, I don't have any industrial experience. Side project actually gives you some level of experience. As a hardware engineer, side project gives you some level of experience, either in the design aspect or in the development aspect. Any side you are, it's always good to do side project. I did side projects using ESP32. I did side projects using some sensors, and also did some cloud integration using Azure IoT Hub and also some AWS IoT Hub. So what is the key takeaway here? So the key takeaway here is one of the truths about hardware design or development is practical based. Hardware development is practical based. It's not really easy, but when you're interested in it, when you have that passion, and it's it's kind of well, I say it's kind of hard and frustrating because one of my setback then was when I was learning. I didn't have the, let's say, the clear roadmap or resources that would help me. So I don't really have a mentor then. So I did so many things in trials and errors. I did so many things in learning here, learning there, no real roadmap on where to go. Not that it wasn't available. I didn't actually know where to go, and my learning process took very long. Some things I would have learned within 3 months. It took me about 6-8 months learning. So yeah. So one thing you also need to do is get a mentor. As if you're a student, you're coming up, you're growing in hardware design. Get a mentor, someone that will guide you on what to do. It will help you to just forego so many distractions on the way. Get someone that will guide you, and this is just what I did. So though everything I passed through, it actually helped me because right now I own a company called PCB Mentor, and I help students. I train students and mentor students on hardware design and also PCB design and development. So yeah, guys, that is it for today. So the key takeaway here is that as a hardware engineer or as someone that is learning and coming up in hardware engineering, one thing you need to do: prioritize practical based learning to theoretical based learning. Learn while doing, do some side projects. The industry actually favors those that know how to get the job done than just those that know the theoretical aspects of hardware engineering. And also get a mentor to mentor you to learn hardware, or you can come to join my community, PCB Mentor Community. You can join my community, or you can also comment below. So thank you guys. I want you guys to like, I want you guys to share. I also want you guys to subscribe. Thank you guys, and see you in the next video. Thank you.